Good morning, everybody. Jayy here with another War of the Visions video, and today we are doing our February preview where we're going to talk about the upcoming units, vision cards, events, gear, just try to get you set for February so you can think about what you want to spend some Visior on, what you might need to be preparing to fight, and just, get your mind straight for what's coming up this month. Okay. The first day that we have to look forward to is the 3rd. So let's go ahead and bring up a graphic onto screen now. Here it comes, and there it is. All right, February 3rd. What are we looking at here? Well, we have a new UR unit coming out, Raldor. He is a pugilist, fire element. He's going to be our first, big time, maybe shift the meta towards some fist damage guy, right? Now, I'm really excited for him. I'm not going to talk about him a lot right here because I've already released my unit preview for him. If you want to know what I think about him, check that video out. I'll link it at the end. So let's talk about the other couple things on the screen, though. How about his weapon that he's coming out with? Finally, we're seeing a good fist weapon. Okay. This thing has 3 different types. It has an assault type with 180 attack, 6 crit, 4 accuracy. It has a crit type, which is the one I'm going to build, which is 25 crit, 144 attack. So you see you're not sacrificing a ton of attack to get that 25 crit. That's really awesome. And then I believe that's a vital type with 72 massive HP points. And then you see the other stats. That one's worthless. So the debate here is going to be between the assault or the crit type. I'm going for the crit. I'll take 25 crit over, 36 more damage any day. It also gives 15 strike attack up to the person wearing it. It's about time we got something like this. I'm probably building 2 of these to get one ready for Raldor and to get one ready for Jayy if I want to throw her in there. Make an actual pugilist monk brawling team. Okay, we also have this MR unit. Now, she was named Ursula in the JP version, I believe, and I think she's really interesting. She has Time Mage, Rune Knight, White Mage as her jobs. So, 2 really great support jobs, Time Mage and White Mage. And then Rune Knight, from what we've seen from Rune Knights, they seem pretty dang good. So, her skill set's going to be good, but look at that master ability. Increase HP 10% for light allies, increase light attack 10 for light allies, and then gives herself 20 magic and 15 accuracy. Yeah, if you're a newer player and you're a little worried because you're like, I hear about this light meta that's coming up and I'm kind of behind on building up my light units. Hey, maybe this is your girl. Maybe you kind of accidentally come into her and you can work on building her up throughout this month as the Final Fantasy X event as Yuna approaches. Yes, we're a month and a half from that. So you really got to keep that in your mind the whole time. Anyway, that's what we're looking at on the 3rd of February. So let's skip ahead about 7 days. That works out because it's a week to February 10th and our next things to look forward to. That's going to be these vision cards right here, plus maybe something else. And I'll get to that something else here in a second. But let's start here. Okay, we have 2 vision cards, Typhoon, the UR card, and Memorable Apple, the MR card. Let's start with Typhoon. Let's see what that's all about. All right, stat line on Typhoon, 220 HP, 167 magic, 32 luck. Okay, clearly it's for mages. The unit effect is a boost to luck, and in JP, it had the condition of if you're a wind element, you get magic plus 30. You're probably immediately thinking, oh, this is for little Leela. Ding, 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 you'd be a winner. Because if we were playing in JP, little Leela would have come out last week with Raldor. By last week, I mean February 3rd. Not 2 months ago to wreck our whole meta. So this card was meant to be great for her. Now look at the party effects. Increase magic attack for allies and increase accuracy for allies. We have a card like this for physical units already, where it increases slashing attack and accuracy for allies. This is the magic version of that card. And then later we'll get that wind resist buff for, JP got that last little line with the wind resist for the 1-year anniversary. We're probably not going to get that on this card, so we're not going to talk about it yet. But anyway, this is a really good card. Now, this might be a banner that I skip because I skipped little Leela like an idiot. One of the reasons why I just hate Little Leela is because I don't have her, so I'm allowed to hate her, because I'm not going to like hurt her feelings benching her on my roster. This Vision card, if you do have her, I would probably suggest going for this. It looks really awesome. Now, they might change it for global. We don't know, right? They might throw us a curveball, make this for like staff users. They like to use that for us. Like, oh, if you use a staff, you get this buff. If they do that, we'll reevaluate who should go for this. But right now, I would say if you use Little Leela in like a ton of your groups, you might think about going for that card, do that step up, etc. Now, the apple eating card down here, the MR card, yeah, this one's kind of funny. So look at the stat line first. 243 HP, 104 attack, 52 magic, and 20 dex. All right, it's like a physical damage bruiser card. Increase crit 15 for the person wearing it. And if you're that guy, whatever his name, oh, I can't remember his name. I'm calling him Ronaldo. His name's not Ronaldo. We're calling him Ronaldo. He would get defense penetration plus 20, defense plus 15, and move plus 1. That's a significant buff. Is it a significant enough buff to make me want to use Ronaldo here? No, it's not. I'm not going to use Ronaldo. What are the party effects? Acquired AP up 30% for allies. Okay, that's cool, but we already have a UR card that does that. And then it has that element buff that we'll worry about, after the 1-year anniversary and we start getting these. So I'm not planning on going for either of these two cards. But if you use Ronaldo or Little Leela, maybe you should think about it. Now, we're not done with February 10th yet, because in JP on February 10th, they also got access to this defense bracer right here, which comes a result of the Golem raid. So here's what JP dealt with the Golem raid. There's his stats. If you're wanting to raid for that bracer, which is really good, this is what you're going to have to deal with. All right. This dude at max level has all of those stats, right? Tons of stats. We're used to that. These raids have massive stats when you max them out. So what are they weak against? What can we use to kill him? Well, he's 10% weak to wind and 10% resistant to lightning. Neither of those are like game shattering, but you'll take it. You'll take it if you can get it, if you have some good wind units. What about damage types? 25% strong against slash. Ouch, Orlando. Only 5% strong against piercing. Okay, so piercing can work. 10% strong against, our pugilist friend. Okay. 35% strong against missile. So just bench the missile people. But 15% weak to magic. So it's looking like Howlet gonna shine here. Little Leela gonna shine here. Mages in general probably gonna wreck this thing. If you have those units, be getting them ready for this raid, because I think this defense bracer is something we're going to want to go for. Let's go ahead and look at its stats. Okay, 3 types. First type looks like it's a vital type, 401 HP, 4 defense, 3 spirit, 3 accuracy, 5 evade. I'd probably suggest not building that one. Second type, 280 HP, 4 defense, 3 spirit, 15 accuracy, 5 evade. So that's an accuracy version. And no, probably not again. However, it's that third line, right? 280 HP, 16 defense, 6 spirit, 3 accuracy, 5 evade. That's the one I'm going to be building. 16 defense on an accessory is nuts. That's going to just open up some options for people who want to equip, different armor types, things like that. It's just going to give you a little bit more variety in the gear you can put on units that you want to have high defense. But let's look at the passive effects as well. All right, we're going to be getting disable resist 25% at 5 stars, at plus 5 stars. Really awesome. We've all had to fight Dwayne and Agrius, and when they disable you, it tilts me off the earth. And then it also has a buff that increases missile resistance 25% for 3 turns to self. Yeah, this is a good item. This is a good item. I'm going to go for this, and I'm going to build the defense type. Buckle up for a raid. Luckily, with magic weakness, I feel like most of us have access to some mages that we can just slam into this thing and beat it. And if you have Little Leela or Howlet, hey, congrats. You're set up for this raid. Good luck to you. Now, I don't know how long the raid's going to exist, if it's going to start on the 10th of February or later, etc., but expect it to run for a few weeks when we do get it. Let's talk about the last 2 weeks of February, though, keeping in mind that the raid's probably also going to be going during these times. So let's bring that graphic up onto the screen. Okay, February 17th and 24th. These are going to be our last 2 banner days of the month, and it's looking like we're going to get 3 units. Now, we would be getting more than just the 3 units you see on the screen, but this was around Halloween time in JP, and so we ended up getting some things that they got. We got Halloween Ryu a long time ago. He would normally have been coming out right here for us. We also got the Exorcist Vision card a long time ago, which would have been another banner on one of these 2 weeks. So I don't know how they're going to like rearrange what comes out when, because we've already gotten 2 of the like big things that were supposed to come out on this timeline. But at some way towards the end of this month, I anticipate us getting these 3 units. So let's start with the Sleepy Girl. What was her name in JP? Her name in JP was Elisiril, and we've seen her in the story. I don't know how to say her name, but let's talk about her. She has her new own main job. We don't know a whole lot about that yet. Spellblade Dual Gunner. A really interesting combination of skills. I will release a detailed unit preview for her before she comes out. I'm probably going to pull for her. She's a light element unit with that light element mastery ability that I keep liking. Let's check that out. Increase HP 10% for light allies. Increase light attack 15 for light allies. Gives herself 10 accuracy and gives herself 5 pierce and 5 missile resistance. I'm pretty excited for her. I think she's a cool looking unit. Her sword looks really weird and she has good assets, you could say. And it's another strong light element unit to add to the light element roster. Some people might skip her just for that reason because maybe they're already stacked on light element units. So anyway, look forward to her video coming later. Then we have Garble here. Garble is a dark element new job, right? In fact, 2 of the jobs on here aren't even written in English. One of them is the job we just got with Sakura, right? Sakura has access to his 2nd job, but he's different than, well, what I mean to say, even though he uses fists, he's a magic fist user. It's sort of like the Spellblade equivalent with sword, but instead he's using fists. Really cool looking unit here. Again, he's dark, so a lot of people might pass on him because they already have this like robust dark roster, but he is bringing a dark boosting mastery ability with 10% HP for dark allies, dark attack plus 15 for dark allies, and 20% magic for himself. So I anticipate this guy being like a magic bruisery guy. I don't know. Guys, honestly, I don't know a ton about Garble yet, but once we hear that he's coming out, I will again do a like in-depth preview video for him. And then last, let's talk about the MR unit that's coming out about this time. Her name is Krace or something like that in Japanese. I don't know, but she looks cool as well. Like she's got that like short hair look going on with the light eyes, and she's got a rifle, which is kind of neat. She's a gunner main job, Viking sub job, and some kind of bow using 3rd job. All right, her weapon is a gun. Her mastery ability is a water boosting mastery ability. Now, keep that in mind if you're looking at somebody like Titus during the Final Fantasy event and you don't have a lot of other water element units. She's going to give a 10% buff to water allies HP. She's going to give a plus 10 water attack buff to your water allies. She's going to increase her own HP by 20% and increase area resistance for herself by 10. So, she's just an MR unit. But again, if you're a new player and you're wanting to build up towards Titus, which I think we're just going to get handed to us during the Final Fantasy event, maybe Krace, I guess that's how you say her name here, is somebody you want to look into. Okay, before we end this video, I want to say too that the Final Fantasy event is coming in March. We think, right? That's what we're planning on. So if you are saving really hard for that, guys, be strong. You only got like a month left, maybe a month and a half. I don't know. It's hard to predict exactly how the end of February is going to look because we already got a bunch of the Halloween stuff that JP got. Maybe we'll get a global exclusive thing. Who knows? If we do, I'll throw videos out for that. Otherwise, think about what you're after. Think about what kind of teams you're building. Think about the best way to spend your viz. And like I said, if you're saving, stay strong, because we're getting that all-important Final Fantasy X event soon. Alright, that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this preview. Throw me a subscribe if you haven't. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all in the next video.